this is a targeted injury, and where it goes inside, it's used to manage the neuromusculoskeletal pain and then kindles the natural healing, and then it's useful in more rehabilitation sciences. Before that, when you start any invasive or minimal invasive therapies, first you need just throw off all your fear. Inserting a needle, mostly I just work with so many surgeons, they oral cancer surgeons, even they feel discomfort by holding the needles. They cut open the skull, they cut open the neck, but holding the needles is very difficult, because everything is a different skill. First thing, you need to get out of your fear. How you will get out of your fear? Just to know about the needle descriptions. I'll just also, if anyone want to try with me, mainly in this dry needling, we use single disposable needles just for one time. We'll not sterile this needle and reuse this needle. Just use one time and then throw this in a proper safety way. And then description of needles. And then I'll just show you how you need to open the needles and all. This is the needle. Sorry if you can able to see this or not. Okay, I'm just keeping this way. Okay, in the screen you can see this one is tail, and then this is handle, and this is body, and this one is tip. Always do not touch this part when you are inserting the needles to a patient, okay, because of sterilization. You can use glove and then sanitize, and then you can touch this part. Description of needle. And one important thing you need to understand is to take out the fear. People will ask anytime it will go stuck inside the body of the patient, what I will do for this. This one is a root. The handle and the body connects is the weakest point. Even though it is weakest point, I'm just shaking. You know, just keep on shaking. Just keep on shaking. Still, it is not. I can't break it. So, don't feel that when you insert the needle inside the person, it will break, or how I will take it out. Just squeeze the muscle, it will come out. You can easily you can easily pull it out. And most thing is, you need to remember this, even though forcible pressure which we have given in this, it will not get break. Okay, so take out the fear. Always counsel the patient what you are going to do. Check whether they had their food, because it is a vagal manipulation. It has all thing to reduce the blood sugar and blood pressure. So it's better to patient had some food. Tip of the needle. Part of the needle insert into the skin. Needle body made of surgical stainless steel. That's the reason even the handle and the body is very like a weak point. We say that's a weak point, even it won't break. The root, as I told, needle handle. Therapist or doctor hold the handle to insert the needle inside the body. For the small needles, like 25 mm or like 40 mm, we can insert with, hold the, we can for like a small needles, we can hold the handle and press. If it is like this is 75 mm into 0.25 mm. For this, we need to touch the body and then squeeze inside. Just press inside. We need to hold this region. If we hold from here, it will not go. So, for 25 mm small needles and 40 mm, that small needles, we can hold the handle and press. For the small needles, we can hold and press. For the bigger needles, we are going to show about 120 mm, 125 mm needle also, where we have to go, when you put this through your body, we have to hold nearby. Okay? We have to put nearby. Ella needle eduthu open panni veipa. And then guiding tube. Guide tube is to, like generally we use acupuncture needles, just hold the needle and press. But always remember, when you're doing dry needling, we have to go through the full guide tube only, because patient will feel very less pain. Even they won't feel the pain also in some places, because the tactile is very superficial, and after when it went inside, there won't be any pain. Anyone want to try with me to unwrap the needles? Please come in front. 25 mm you can come here, I think. Come fast. Only 5 people allowed. Please. Please come. Every single needle, you can see like it is printed 0.25 into 75 mm, and it's like when it is manufactured. So when you are unwrapping the needle, just hold in the horizontal way and flip this and then open. Okay? Hold in a horizontal way and then open. And then bend this one. Easily you can take the needle out. Always, when you pull out the needle, until unless you are very skilled, just keep this in a horizontal way and then keep one finger on the needle. This one is follow through tube, and then this blue stuff is holder. Just hold and then pull it out. Once you pull it out, keep the needle like this. பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? Just hold like this. Take out of your forearm muscle. சாப்பிட்டியாம்மா? என்ன சாப்பிட்டேன்? கீழே விழுந்தா சுகர் இருக்கு. Just keep this, hold this firmly, and then when you're keeping on the body, you have to make sure that the needle tip is not touching here. Once, give a forceful tap on the tail. It goes. This is acupuncture. When we press, it stay there. எல்லாம் பண்ணி பாருங்க. இல்ல அதுக்கு வரல. விடுங்க. டச் பண்ணுங்க. தட்டுங்க நல்லா. Hold. Press. Hold. சொல்றேன், முடிஞ்ச உடனே பேசுவோம். This is, see, I'm just inserting inside. Okay? This is, if you master this skill, you can stimulate the neuromuscular junction, and while disruption of neuromuscular junction cause local twitch response. The local twitch response, as you are touching any hot particles or like anything like shock to the body, there is a stimulation. When there is a overlapped muscle fibers realign by itself naturally, and then the muscle start is healing by itself. Remove nama. Any pain? Any pain? Okay. Mama, என்ன ஸ்டூடெண்ட்? Mama, disposable. Just hold here. Ma, sanitizer kuda. Hold பண்ணு. இல்ல, சாக்லேட் வாங்கி தரேன், கத்தாத. ஒன்றும் ஆகாது. இடுமா. டைட், அவ்வளோதான். உன் உடம்புல இல்லை. To follow through the tube. சின்ன needle கொடுங்க. This is 40 mm. I just want her to try in this muscle bulk. ஒரு நிமிஷம் நான் சொல்லிடுறேன். See, when you keep this and then give a mild pressure to create the local anesthesia. When you press and then hold this, take it out, or tap பண்ணுமா. Just tap like this. Press. Take it out. Try pan. First wipe. Just hold, press, take this out. அப்படி இல்லை, அப்படி மொத்தமா. Yes. Tap first. Okay. Take. Deep. இங்கே கீழே போடு. பெண்ட் பண்ணாத. Okay. How discomfort is this? Very, very discomfort. Take it out now. இப்போ நீ உனக்கே குத்தி உனக்கே எடு. So I just want him to do for himself. Press. I wanted to come to the next topic. He is already doing this. Like degree of angle. He has just changed the angle. I was teaching him in 90 degree, but now he has done in 15 degree. 15 degree is for the fascia stimulation. Okay. Change. So, I just 25 கொடுத்துருமா. I want everyone to practice on the opposite hand also. இந்த பக்கம் வந்துருங்க. This is like only 3 angles we will practice. One is like 90 degree, and next is 40 degree, and another is 15 degree. Also, when you are doing on the body, like other than upper limb and lower limb, we will be like doing in 45 degree to avoid the lungs. There is a picture I will show you. Parallel to the sterilization is most important. You can wear glove, and then you can wear sanitize the place with the sanitizer, and then make it clean and hygienic. Actually, this is happening inside. When you do, like, it penetrate the epidermis, dermis, and subcutaneous tissue and go to the muscle, and then stimulate the muscle. Everyone, like, check your part. Check your body. You have like any stiffness, knots? Anyone? So, that is like trigger points. When we break, this is the trigger point. This is the trigger point showed here. When you are just giving the needle directly to the trigger point, there will be a local twitch response. First thing, as I just explained, 2 things we need to see in the concept of the dry needling. One is trigger point model, and the other thing is radicular model. Radicular model is like stimulating the nerve ending. Trigger point needles, like you just check for the points and then we insert the needles there. This is the picture of trigger muscles, and we insert the needles directly to this place. As I told, it's a disruption of the integration of muscle fibers and the end plate. This is a neuromuscular junction where we just insert the needles. The muscle fibers will, the overlapping of the muscle fibers will be released. These, like Ruffin organ and Merkel disc on all, everything is like nerve bundles, and then we find the nerve endings where the needle goes. Spine through. So most important thing we see, like releasing the suboccipital muscle, which is behind the head, below the occipital bone. Which is connected to the cervical spine. We just go inside this and then touch the muscles to stimulate this region. This is spine, thoracic level. We see this, all this region. This is from the posterior side. All the deep muscle, these are the muscles attached in the cervical region. All like, we just stimulate all this through needles. We go, after palpating this foramen, we just go through this like 15 degree, 40 degree and 90 degree to release this muscle stiffness. All these deep muscles we can stimulate through this. This is lumbar region. These are the muscles in this. All this, you can see this multifidus muscle. This is very important. It starts from here till here like a train. We just stimulate this, and then we can, if there is any back pain, we can stimulate this directly with the needles in 90 degree, 40 degree or 25 degree. Another important thing is fascia. Fascia is a big connective tissue. When you have any discomfort, it's like overlapping on the muscles, the fascia. When you have like a fascia is the biggest organ in the body. When you have a normal fascia, we have a proper movement. And when there is a restrictions in fascia, like restrictions, the movement will be more restricted. So for the fascial stimulation in Ayurveda, we have like Pidichal, Udichal, and then like Snehanam, Shvedanam. It helps a lot. With same thing, we do 15 degree dry needling. It helps a lot. This is fascia connection, and this is the dry needling we have done for fascia in 15 degree, like 75 mm. See, sanitizer. This one, like skin. So skin, mostly you will be doing in 90 degree, 45 degree and 15 degree. Will be going just going beneath the skin. This is like 15 degree tissue. So in 90° for trigger points, 45° also for the trigger points, and then 15° for fascia. If you clear the fascia, and then for postural dysfunction and everything, we use this to get awesome results. We have used this in sports injury. The technique we use is like, as a dentist here, we have done more research with Savita Medical College. In this, doing needling in this TMJ, we have got we have done with this like more than 200 patients, and then we have got lots of result, post-surgicals and also TMJ patients. This is the study I did with Dr. Mahadi, and then for fascial connection, we have done this, and then range increased. And then for the tendon, we have done superficial needling and deep needling, and then we got such results of natural healing without any medicines. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Dharmesh, for this wonderful presentation. I know this is just an visiting card of your presentation. We will connect Nasya team with the online session. I wish you to travel all over India and give your presentation. Yesterday I met Dr. Chandrakumar Deshmukh. He traveled all the way from Pune to here. The same way, you both have a lot of synergies. You could travel from here to north. I wish any one of the chair to share your expert opinion on this presentation.
Good afternoon, all. This session on the dry needle therapy with live demonstrations by Dr. Dharmesh sir was highly informative and clinically relevant as well. He elaborated in detail with the techniques, methods, and indications of dry needling, along with safety aspects. The live demonstration effectively translated theory into practice, and the interactive discussion enhanced participants' understanding and the confidence. Overall it was a very valuable and skill-oriented session with strong clinical applicability. I thank the organizers for organizing such a practical-oriented session, and thank personally them for inviting us as a chairperson and co-chairpersons. Thank you.
Thank you. I invite Dr. Vijayapal to felicitate Dr. Dharmesh Kubendran. Anand to felicitate Dr. Krishna Deshpande. Oh, that's done. Dr. Priyanka. Thank you all. I request Dr. Premanand to stay in dais. Our next session is on telemedicine. Dr. Premanand is CEO of Apollo Telemedicine. He is taking charge of Aragonda and few more initiatives of Apollo. We are very, very honored by your visit. Thank you, sir. I'm inviting Dr. Rahul Suryavamsi, President Ayurveda Teachers Association, to chair. Dr. Nilesh Patil, Professor Mahesh Jadhav, Dr. Sachin, Dr. Pavan, all from Dr. D.Y. Patil Ayurveda College, Pune. We are honored by your visit from all the way. Thank you to the principal, Dr. Prashant. You take your efforts to come from Pune to Chennai. We are honored. Anything you do it in Pune, just send a message. We all will be there for you. I invite Dr. Premanand to present on telemedicine.
Should be there. Thank you, Doctor. Those were kind name. Okay. Thank you. I'm not too sure to call whether I'm going to be a misfit in an Ayush conference, but the agenda today which I have is, of course, it's not that everything is publicity. If allopathy is being promoted so much, there's a lot of marketing, there's a lot of publicity which happens around it. And I'm personally, thank you. And I'm personally, in my family, I have 3 Ayush doctors. I'm very thankful to Dr. Rajesh, Dr. Jaikar, Dr. Pratibhan for facilitating and inviting me today. And at our place, in my home, it's integrated medicine. My wife is a pharmacist, but she believes in Ayush. So most of the time, I'm treated with Ayush medicines. So we have a strong, affiliation towards Ayush medicine. The only relevance I found when these Ayush doctors invited me today is that, of course, since we get a lot of funding, since there's a lot of acceptance to allopathy, we get access to a lot more resources to do a lot more innovative stuff. I thought there could be cross-learning in terms of what we do at allopathy stream of medicine, as well as in terms of, I want to touch a few data points with public health in this country, which I think will be very relevant to even the Ayush stream practitioners. I'm not going to get into the Apollo slide. Everybody knows we are one of the largest in the country in terms of private healthcare services. What you might not know is everybody knows about Apollo hospitals. We have about today we have about 80 plus company run hospitals. We are the largest pharmacy chain in the country and also globally. We are as an healthcare integrated provider, we could be in the top 5 in the world too. And there are multiple, focused, allopathy stream. Now we have also gotten to Ayush. Ayurveda is our brand of chain of Ayush hospitals in the country. I work primarily with technology-enabled healthcare. So I'm a founder member of the program development group, which uses technology to find some of the solutions for inherent problems which exist in the public health system. Along with that, I also now at the CSR Foundation work for the organization. Just to show some numbers, when I got involved 14 years back, I don't know the number of lives we impacted then, but we were less than 1 crore as a project value turnover. Today we run about 130 crores worth of projects, 80 plus across the country. In the last 13 to 14 years, we have touched less than 3 crore population in the country. Mostly we work in very, very remote, difficult, hard to reach, and sometimes even situations like Operation Sindoor. We were the first line of support for the BSF through our remote healthcare. 287 clinical fraternity of our team worked. The world might not know, but that's the kind of work we do. During COVID, we handled remote healthcare without doctors. We were intubating patients through remote ICUs. So these are some of the new innovations which happens in the public health system. Our point of presence, when I say point of presence, our clinics, our tele-emergency units, etc., are present across the country, starting from the Himalayan mountains till the forest into Assam and the deserts of Kutch and so on and so forth. This is where I want to spend more time, not to talk about more what we did. How does telemedicine work within our system in the allopathy stream of medicines? On one side, we have the specialization in terms of whether it is cardiology, whether it's pediatrics, whether it is gynecology, ophthalmology, and so on and so forth. Our job is to identify the key services which we can embed on an online platform and also look at with the limited resources. When I say limited resources, in the allopathy stream of medicine itself, we need about over 1 million, 10 lakh plus doctors to pass out. Our country doesn't even produce 3 lakh doctors, and there is another equated brain drain which happens here. So what we do is to map this. This is a scarce resource, so we want to multiplex the doctors across remote parts of the country and still ensure that clinical services are available to them. So this grid, the pie grid which you see here, is an electronic medical record system. It's a learning management system. It has an integrated pharmacy module. It has an integrated laboratory module. It also has provisions for IoT. IoT means Internet of Medical Things, IOMT actually. Internet of Medical Things is nothing but devices which you use, like a ECG machine, which you can bring it on top of the electronic medical record system and integrate it with it, so that the data which is captured on the device is streamed real time to the remote sites or captured as an electronic medical record system. Apart from that, we also have today AI machine learning integrated into this. So what does that mean? Earlier it used to be called as CDSS, Clinical Decision Support System. Today, with the advent of artificial intelligence getting into it, it is called as intelligent clinical architecture. What does this mean? Earlier you had to feed in a lot of data, clinical data, your entire clinical books into the database, and then when you make a query, it goes and checks and comes back and gives you. Today it doesn't work like that. How it works is it latches on to real-time data. For example, in my own division, On an average day, through telemedicine, we have less than 20,000 clinical interactions. All those clinical data gets mined into a clinical record repository. So when you initiate a query into the AI system, it goes and checks up to real-time patient data and not just theory, and it culls out whichever is the best probable outcome of it. And there are many more such algorithms and protocols. This I'm saying just to make things a little more simpler for you. So this is an integrated system. When Apollo built this, it was way back in the early 20s. Today you have a lot of technology which has come in. There are a lot of youngsters. In fact, I don't know how many people know telemedicine is something Dr. Pratibhan works on. To my knowledge, that's the first Ayush online platform which is available in the country. I've been following up on his development very regularly. So every stream of medicine can get into this. And when you do this, what happens? When you do this, what happens is, I don't know how many people know the health economics of this country. India's healthcare budget is about 99,000 crores. That's pretty huge. People say that India needs to spend 12% of its GDP, gross domestic product. But we spend less than 1.82%. But that's the money value of public health spending which this country needs to do. But what actually happens is 20 to 30% of the money goes unspent. Inefficiencies in the system, lack of other coordinated efforts, adoption because government machinery is too big. And so you don't even get to spend the entire funding which gets allocated in public health, even in the allopathy stream. India has about 30,000 primary health centers. I'm not getting into the architecture of the public health system. In that 30,000 primary health centers, you at least will have, even with the latest development, 18 to 20% of medical doctors allocated budget available not being present. How do you take healthcare to places like Tripura, places like Meghalaya, deep inside the forest? So the only way you can reach is access through internet or bandwidth, the networks which you establish. How do we do this? So what we did when we initially incubated this division is that we mapped all our services to the public health system. Maybe there is a learning for Ayush also here. When we say public health system, you have a sub-center, you have a primary health center, you have a sub-divisional hospital, a community health center, and so on and so forth. What we did is, we analyzed primary care as the most important intervention which we need to do, and we built this model called digital dispensary. A digital dispensary is a doctorless clinic where doctors come virtually. We stock medicines, 80 plus drugs. We have a lab which has 30 plus diagnostics. We can handle everything from diabetes to hypertension to even cardiovascular diseases which can be managed with medicines. So what does this center add value in a community? Imagine a 50,000 concentrated population where you don't even have a single doctor. This center and the outreach team which we put together becomes the access. So they go and sensitize, mobilize patients. Why we need to mobilize? Because India is a society I personally call it as a pain mitigating society. We don't go to a doctor for preventive health care. So that's where it is very important to sensitize them. So we have identified with our own data there is an high intake of 15 to 18 specialist intake other than the general medicine requirements which happens. The second one what we do is a mobile medical unit. This many people do in the country. What we do is slightly different is these are connected mobile medical units. When I say connected, when we take a rural program, we map the towers of all the cellular operators in the country. And we map the villages accordingly. So wherever we go, we have internet. When we have internet, we bring doctors like that into the vehicle. And you won't believe, we were able to identify pediatric cardiology affected children, and we've been able to rehabilitate, provide the necessary intervention. Fortunately, people envy my job because I get paid for doing social work, and I get handsomely paid. So thank you to Apollo for that. But what we do here is we also fund free surgeries in the pediatric group. So we picked up a child who was less than 5 years old, stunted. The parents are not aware where to go. They went from pillar to post. And then we were able to pick up the child, understood that the child has a cardiac problem. Early stage intervention was required. Matter of 7 days we got, and there was a surgery which was, done on the child, and the child we were able to save. The second one is a mobile TB screen. So the same way, in the mobile unit, we are able to put a TrueNat machine, the molecular test, which is the gold standard, so-called in the allopathy stream, for confirmation of a patient having TB. And we also have a portable X-ray. So you see in that picture, that's a portable X-ray. So the X-ray images which are captured are uploaded onto an online system where AI intervenes and diagnoses at a preliminary stage for tuberculosis or any other conditions. And then it is reported by a radiologist. So we confirm through a TrueNat examination as well as through an X-ray imaging, and then they are directly sent into the DOTS program of the government. So for states like Uttarakhand, the entire state, we manage the TB control program. In Gujarat, in parts of Gujarat, we run this program. Tele-emergency is my favorite. What do we do in tele-emergency? So imagine locations where no doctor will go and work. Trauma care is the first support which is the most needed in the country. If you take the highways, like I did a recent study where, the Chennai to Vijayawada highway has about, in a month, 4,000 cases of road traffic accident. So what do these people do if you don't have access to trauma support? And in places like Assam, very frequently you have snake bites and those kind of situations. So these rooms are fully loaded with emergency equipments. They are online connected through dedicated internet access to our emergency rooms in almost all the metro Apollos. And the nurses who work there are all trained in our emergency, in our ICUs. It is a doctorless model. When we have a trauma condition, we put the patient on the bed. It's an acoustic room. Whatever you speak inside the room will be heard in our emergency ward. And what we do is, we do thrombosis, we do defibrillation. We can do all kinds of, almost 80-90%, we will stabilize the patient before we move him to an IS center. So till date, we commenced this about, again, 14 years back. We have seen less than 48,000 emergency cases. During the COVID, National Thermal Power Corporation, that's Navaratna company of Government of India, which provides your electricity to 40 to 50% of the country. We kept all their engineers alive and working during the COVID by doing this model with them across their 11 important thermal power stations. So these are the kind of heart attack, stroke, fall, the kind of things which we can handle without a medical doctor in a tele-emergency room. Tele-ophthalmology is another important thing. Out of every 100 patients you see, 8 to 9 patients will require a refractive glass, vision. School children, we don't have so many number of ophthalmologists or optometrists to screen them. So through the telemedicine, tele-ophthalmology platform, today you have devices. When we started it, we were doing, very large equipment, the fundus camera, the autorefractometer, the slit lamp, and so on and so forth, devices required to do an eye screening. Today they are all handheld. You can just walk, capture the fundus image. The AI will grade the image and tell whether you have a diabetic retinopathy condition or an hypertensive retinopathy condition. And 80% of the patients would normally need only a pair of spectacles, and this can be done. So we've screened over 40 lakh population in the country today, dispensed about 28 lakh of spectacles for free, and you can do with the cost of a spectacle when you do it in scale. So this is what we do in terms of public-private partnership. Wherever the government has, they fund it, we give the service to the community free, and we get paid for a pair of spectacles. So again, in cancer care today, I'm not getting into more detail. This was the first pilot for Government of India in Meghalaya, in a district called East Khasi Hills, where the prevalence rate of cancer, everybody knows cancer is in the rise. So that's where all the allopathy stream of hospitals are investing tons and tons of money, including Apollo. So, esophageal, lung, breast, cervical cancer, there are devices today other than mammography which can, these are called thermalytics technology, not radiology technology, which can capture at-risk group for breast cancer, particularly for women. And you have imaging technology for cervical cancer, which can diagnose and which are portable. So this is a pilot which we did at a grassroots level for about 1,80,000 population. This I spoke about. I think I told you most of what I wanted to tell you. I'll just end with two important things. The way how technology is evolving, like for example in diagnostics, there is a protocol called PPG. It works on sensors. Most of our diagnostics, the laboratories which you see, which takes fluid samples and other things to measure your health parameters, will go into sensor based. Mostly it will fall into your mobile phone or it will go into your wearable devices like your watch. The second important thing is CDSS, Clinical Decision Support System, which is what I explained earlier, will go into intelligent architecture, which means real-time data of patients will be analyzed to do diagnosis. Board diagnosis, for example, group of doctors coming together and predicting this could be the way forward for treatment protocols, will now go completely on AI based. There are already in many large hospitals, doctors are being monitored because they are depending more on AI than their own skill sets, which is a negative aspect of this AI's intervention in clinical practices. So the way the future is evolving is actually not very predictable, but majority of the screening diagnostics may go out of business in the next 10 years. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Premanand. It's a wonderful presentation. The future is telemedicine. Even last 3 days we are talking, is it AI will overtake the Ayush physician or physicians? No. The technology will overtake the people who doesn't operate the technology. So it's an eye-opening and the need of the hour. You came all the way here and present this talk. Any one of the chairs, please share the expert opinion on this presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Premanand sir, who gave very good informative lecture. And Apollo Hospital is doing very good work for remote area through this telemedicine and mobile medical units. We see the ophthalmology, cancer, and other units also can run through this telemedicine and mobile units. I hope Ayurveda will also come in this Apollo hospitals chain and in this telemedicines, because Ayurveda is also need of the rural area. So through this stage, I request Apollo Hospital, please take Ayurveda with you, and this Ayurveda reach will promote health also for rural area. And thankful to all NASA team and Dr. Jaikar sir and all organizing team who invite us from Pune here to chair. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I request Dr. Veronique Nicoli to the dais to felicitate Dr. Premanand, CEO of Apollo Telemedicine. Dr. Premanand is CEO of Apollo Telemedicine and he is in charge of Arogya. When I say I'm professionally trained, I'm very humble and proud to say I'm Apollo product. 2006, as closely associated with the Apollo family to make Airala Herbal Garden. So now Dr. Premanand is taking the responsibility, Aragonda and Airala and much bigger companies. We are very happy and honored by his visit here. Thank you, Dr. Rajesh Balan, to organize this presentation. You did a wonderful job for the Ayurveda community. Bridging Ayurveda with the Ayurvedic supporters and Ayurvedic people, it's the greatest work you can do on our industry. Thank you, Dr. Rajesh Balan. I request Dr. Veronique Nicoli to felicitate our chairs. I'll be happy to join.
well-being and promotion of the seasonal food and nutritional food. If you notice, Ayush 2047. It is a celebration of Bharat Vikshit, that is vision of India 2047. They given more important during the WHO summit, second summit also they supported, and they are supporting the Ayush system for 2047 Ayush in a well-established manner. During that summit, they launched the stamp of Ashwagandha. I told you single raw drug Ashwagandha is doing tremendous market level flow rate in high, and they launched the stamp of Ashwagandha during that summit. And if you see the global hub, they are launched so many global hub for the integration and innovation purpose to show Ayush as evidence based. For that, they showed established the global center for traditional medicine and a traditional medicine strategy for 2025 to 2034 for about $85 million they spending for this over 10 years to promote the Ayush integration as advanced integration. Still we are functioning, and along with the integration, they are supporting for the advanced integrative medicines. And also, and they are launched the clinical research and coding methodology for the international forum to, if we diagnose Vada Vyadhi, it is coding will be ICH 35, like that. I am telling approximately, like that, international acceptance of Ayush terminologies. And if you see the modern innovation in Ayush, AI integration, WHO 2025, they innovation like Nadi Parikshan and Ayush grade and patent extraction for the standardization of international markets. If you notice the economics, last speaker, sir, Apollo, sir, Pramod, sir, told about the economics. Our Ayush products and markets are acceptance, global acceptance based on the economics, and we are influencing and we are leading in traditional medicine all over the world. Ayush is considered as a leading for the traditional billion, and expecting this year above around the double that time. Within 2 years, it's a double that time, 50 billion happening in our India. And Ayush Visa international classification, I told CSIR with IIT Kharagpur and IIT Delhi with the aims for Nadi Parikshan, and also LT5 Me Ayurveda by predicting yearly imbalance and lifestyle disorders, etc. If you see the AI in Ayurveda, herb authentication of raw drugs in Ayush medicine is very much essential. Subspecies or adulterated drug won't give the proper result. If you do tremendous high-tech instrument and spending lots of money doing the preclinical and clinical without proper authentication of raw drugs, it won't be possible. For that, AAC is supporting very well. If you see quantum Ayurveda, yesterday also Narayan Nambi sir presented regarding the modern medicine, collaboration between the modern science, modern medicine with science, he told. At that time, he told about the medicine as a physics and science as a chemistry. Actually, this is already it's happening, and we are doing for that with quantum Ayurveda. Today morning also Dr. Sri Verma explained about the energy, meditation, all those things. In that, if you see this, every cell, organ and herbs emits a distinct energy frequency. That is a term quantum Ayurveda. If you notice these subtle energy patterns and dosha balance also, they are doing this one. AI-driven analysis, personalized herbal formulations, new drug discovery, yearly detection of the energetic imbalance, we can using this quantum Ayurveda. If you see the innovation in Ayurvedic Nadi Parikshan, they already launched and it's functioning very well. If you notice this Dravya portal for after COVID, In digital Ayurveda repository, it's a Dravya portal. Government of India launched this one, and e-Aushadhi portal already functioned a few years back. Now it's non-functioning, but again going to be start functioning all over India January 26. That is for licensing the Ayush medicines through this portal. They are done everything, and it's going to be launched in January 26. Central sector schemes we should know, even the industrial persons and manufacturing units and marketing fellows and students and researchers also. This is the central sector schemes available: EMR project, AGOSI scheme. They are funding for private and government sectors, and Department of Science and Technology and Scientific and Industrial Research, Biotechnology, all are supporting for the Ayush research purpose. And this is the schemes, how we can do it. I am basically for research in Ayush drugs in Tamilnadu government. I am doing the research regarding the phytochemical and pharmacological studies and quality control and standardization of Ayush products. And it's happening, but still it's some lacking of standardization is there even within our Ayush system among Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani. I will show one slide also. For that, quality control and standardization, efficacy and safety of the drug is very much highly essential. Global quality compliance is needed. And quality certification, already last submit also they launched Ayush Premium Mark, Ayush Standard Mark, and remaining HAPA like that is there, HAPIDA. And accreditation of hospital and also laboratories and research center is highly appreciable. Then only evidence-based we can show it to the international forum. If you see the scientific validation and globalization, we have to do authenticity and purity and efficacy of the drug. And if you see the pharmacopoeia standards available in India in official, if you see Ayurveda 2183, and if it is a Siddha 538 and Unani 1727, homeopathy is 1117. Actually now they are planning for the one herb, one standard. I will show it in another slide. This is a pharmacopoeia standards available. And for research purpose, this is the Indian medicinal plant and phytochemistry and therapeutics. So many 9,556 phytochemicals available. In that 960 potential druggable phytochemicals are available. This is a CCRS launched Indian medicinal phytochemical database curated for new drug discovery. Students with will be very useful. Initiatives for global acceptance. If you see one herb, one standard, I told you, and international herbal pharmacopoeia. Last year only they had tie-up, and they are creating G20 and WHO centers and Arogya Expos. This is through this global acceptance only we are conducting this expo. And one herb, one standard, Government of India tie-up with the Indian pharmacopoeia, that is modern science integration. They're spending 65 millions for dollars for this. And international herbal pharmacopoeia they launched with the help of WHO, and it's during November 2024. And if you see WHO and World Health Organization cross-sectional program for the strengthening evidence-based traditional medicine, providing policies, products, etc. And if you see the clinical efficacy for era of globalization, it is highly considered for the safety and the efficacy of the drugs. Research methodologies, already we told a few among that. If you, one or two important slides I will explain. Actually, what our Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani systems explains the disease-wise treatment, and we can take that treatment for reverse pharmacology method to do the research studies. It is time-consuming, and it will be efficient, and it will be less expensive. And if you go forward any new drug discovery by forward pharmacology, it will take a long time and expensive, and also it will very much bottlenecks. It is a very tired, some failures will be there. Then we can adopt always reverse pharmacology. And if you see, notice the drug validation, it is essential even in the reverse pharmacology, in vivo or in vitro. If you are unable to do in vivo, you can adapt for the in vitro studies. It is easy for the students and scholars, and even the new startups, they can adapt within few months. You can do it in vitro studies, and less expense only happen. Then all of you, those who are marketing and manufacturing units, even startups, researchers can adopt in vitro studies. It is easy for that one. And if you take the nanomedicine, actually our basmas having nanoparticles, already we are having since our historical, but nanomedicine is emerging and is a value added one, and we should focus on this one in innovation also. And in silico molecular docking studies, if you see, this is very best for application of the raw drugs of Ayush medicines, binding of bioactive compounds from traditional plants to target proteins for drug discovery, even for reverse pharmacology or any new drug discovery also in silico studies. Our students are doing that one very effectively during their PGs and PhDs. And this is a new one. We are telling like indigenous plants and raw drugs, most of the raw materials are not available in previously they used to collect raw drugs from the forest and collection. Nowadays they are promoting the cultivation, but apart from this, now the laboratory and advanced research, we are doing now tissue culture in Ayurveda. Actually, this is useful for tissue propagate, consistently ensuring uniform quality and potency of sustainable Ayurvedic usage. And if you see applications of tissue culture of plants, micropropagation of medicinal plants and conservation of the raw species and production of secondary metabolites. And genomics, during last year National Ayurveda Day, Government of India launched this one Prakriti analysis, and still lots of genomics researchers going on. And if you notice the plant DNA barcoding, actually it's a very much useful, and time is very much less only we have to spend for authentication and new phytochemical analysis purpose. And mini barcode is essential or sufficient for doing the Ayush medicines. DNA barcoding can speed up identification of new species and authentication of the raw drugs. And if you see conclusion, the evidence integration and innovation of Ayush medicine is essential for enhancing the public health outcomes and necessary for effective healthcare delivery in international forum. This topic will emphasize the importance of government initiatives, evidence-based practices, innovative approaches in promoting this ancient system of medicine on global scale. And conclusion, Ayush is an invaluable traditional system with modern relevance, and also scientific validation enhance the credibility and global adoption. And collaboration, innovation and evidence-based research are the key. And Ayush medicines in alignment with the global norms. Globalization generally rooted with economics. It is noticeable. And incorporating Ayush principles into the national health planning across various domains such as clinical practices, healthcare delivery, research, education, industry and culture could yield significant benefits in this regard. These are the official website I referred for your to show the policy and schemes available and research purpose. Thank you and all. Any questions?
Thank you, Dr. Sini. Any chairs, please share your expert opinion. Yes.
Good afternoon, all. Thank you, ma'am, for this informative session. We as Ayush doctors, at least in lifetime, at least one time we come across this situation. You are claiming one herb or medicine for some disease. The modern doctor used to ask, what is the evidence behind this? Is it? It's happening. Even in my life also it happened. 7 years before, my son was affected with dengue. I gave papaya juice, but the modern pediatrician was asking, what is the evidence behind it? Day before yesterday, one of the speaker told, it is increasing the platelets 47%. That time I was not aware, the evidence is there. So madam gave a very good information to bridge this thing, like because being an Ayush doctor, we always feel low, there is no evidence. So future is the evidence-based medicine. We must know these protocols to bring our medicines and in a scientific forum. Thank you for this wonderful session, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Jayruba. I request Dr. Ratika to share her expert opinion.
Good afternoon, everybody. I won't take much time. I wanted to grab the mic because I'm so proud to see my children having, one person here who has organized, another person here who's speaking. It was so exhaustive. It was so exhaustive. I think Dr. Sini can actually make a publication of what she has presented and hand it out to the youngsters here, because it was like a compendium. It was like an encyclopedia for all the youngsters here. I passed out in '88, so I'm in another generation. But when I joined, people asked me why Ayurveda. But now I'm sure everybody said, "Oh, Ayurveda." This is the explanation. That's the difference in the past 40 years. And I am very, very happy. I've just retired, and I happily retired because I see the youngsters here who are so active. I once again congratulate Dr. Sini. She has made an exhaustive presentation, lots and lots to learn. I congratulate her and thank Dr. Sri Verma here, who has organized this wonderful conclave. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. When you say your children, we are very proud. And we have to thank you for bearing us during our house surgeon period.
It was a pleasure.
I invite Dr. Preeti Chabra to felicitate our speaker. Dr. Preeti Chabra is a MD in Ayurveda Medicine, MSc, and Senior Consultant Physician at Sri Gangaram Hospital. This is our first meeting in person. We are meeting. We heard a lot about you, how you connect us, and how you made the effort for this conference. Please, I request Dr. Veronique Nicoli to share the dais. Dr. Veronique Nicoli is a pediatrician. She is the director of Heartfulness School of Yoga. Dr. Veronique Nicoli to felicitate Dr. Preeti. you. I request Dr. Veronique Nicoli to felicitate Dr. Ratika. To felicitate Dr. Priyadarshini. Dr. Priyadarshini is an young Ayurveda physician. She got fascinated towards the administration. She's inspiring the young team, taking a huge responsibility at Pondicherry. Dr. Priyadarshini is from Mahe College of Ayurveda. We are very happy and proud. The Mahe College students, they are contributing a lot. The brilliant, hardworking. Thank you. May you take a group photo with all together. Me. Thank you all patiently waiting. It's 1:40. I don't want to make you wait for lunch. We are breaking the morning session now for the lunch. We will gather by 2 o'clock. Few yoga sessions, few music sessions also there. Please have lunch, the Sattvic food at Sri Ramachandra Mission, Babuji Memorial Ashram. Please have food and come back. Thank you.
Rise up all of time. Ancient roots, new minds, one future, one design. From the past to tomorrow, hear the wisdom resonate.
Ayush Conclave, this is where destinies elevate. Oh,
from the lands where sages dreamed in science and soul,
healing was a vision making humans whole.
Herbs and harmony, the body, breath and mind, a knowledge so timeless it bends space and time.
Now the world is watching, the circle is wide.
Tradition meets research, walking side by side.
Data meets darshan, innovation aligned. This is not the past,
this is the future refined.
from silence to signal, from roots to reform.
We don't erase the old, we transform.
When wisdom evolves, it doesn't divide. It integrates truth on a global stride.
Transforming Ayurveda, hear the future speak. Through research, innovation, integration, unique. One science, one vision, humanity first. Ayush Conclave,
Knowledge unleashed. Thoughtful minds in one frame. No borders, no fear. Clinician, scientist, pioneers appear. From lab to life, from theory to care. Holistic and sustainable, we're already there.
not hype, not trend, this is proof in motion. Ancient algorithms decoding human devotion. When evidence listens to tradition's voice, healthcare evolves. It's a conscious choice.
Udranalavam piniyalavum kalamum.
Katran karudichaya.
Know the patient, the disease, and the time.
Only then act with wisdom. From knowing the cause to choosing the way, true healing listens before it will say. Not just to cure, but to understand the art of life, held gently in hand. Transforming Ayurveda, past and tomorrow collide. Science with soul, the world unified. From India to Earth, one truth we defend. Ayush Conclave, where healing begins. Ancient wisdom, modern mind, integrated future. Ayush Conclave.
നലമേ നലം തരുമേ ദിനം ദിനമേ മനമേ മലർന്നിടുമേ ഗുണം പെരുമേ நம்பிக்கைகள் பூத்திருக்கு நல்வாழ்க்கை காத்திருக்கு இனிமேல் என்றும் சுகம் சுகமே நலமே நலம் தருமே தினம் தினமே
This place is something so close to my heart. Now I'm happy, thanks to Kana Wellness.
My experience here is life-changing. This is my new home. Thanks, Kana Wellness.
I found a place where I can connect to myself, thanks to Kana Wellness.
I was trying to find peace in myself. Now I'm happy, thanks to Kana Wellness.
I teach yoga for basic and advanced teachers training course. For yoga and my flexibility, I believe in Ayurveda. Thanks for Kana Wellness.
निजी स्वास्थ्य और ऊर्जा के लिए हमारे पूर्वजों की देन आयुर्वेद बहुत ही लाभदायक है। कान्हा शांतिवन एक अद्भुत केंद्र है संपूर्ण स्वास्थ्य के लिए। थैंक यू कान्हा वेलनेस।
என்னோட அழகுக்கும் ஆரோக்கியத்துக்கும் ஆயுர்வேதத்தை தான் நான் நம்புறேன். என்னோட இளமைக்கும் தன்னம்பிக்கைக்கும் இதுதான் காரணம். தேங்க்ஸ் டு கனா வெல்னஸ்.
Kana Wellness, Prasanna Atmendriya Manaha, in association with Sri Varma, Kerala Ayurveda and Horticulture at Kana Sandivanam, Hyderabad, Telangana.